What's up guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. I am sipping on a cold brew, ready to start the training day. You know, I normally have gotten Starbucks most of my life, but I woke up super early to get Dunkin' before the long training day. And I think I like Dunkin' better. That might be a controversial statement, but this is hitting pretty good. A big training day today and tomorrow, so just gonna tee you guys on the vlog. Probably shoot the bow because hunting season's coming up, so just training for the mountains and also honestly training for a lot of different climates. You got the mountains for hunting, you got the water for swimming, you got the biking on the road, you got the running on the road. I don't know what I'm saying, but overall, just trying to be a weapon. Just wrapped up a 8-mile run at a 7:35 minute per mile pace. Quick little message to kick off this YouTube video. A skilled sailor will not avoid rough seas to get to his destination. He will create the skills and a stronger boat to get to his destination. An inexperienced sailor will change his route completely just to avoid the storm and may never get there. So moral of the story, here we go. I know you guys like these. Life is going to have its ups and downs. The mind is the skilled sailor and the body is a strong boat. And when you can master your mind and you master your body, you learn how to get through adversity and you no longer avoid it. You work your way through the storm, and that's how you overcome and get to your destination. Instead of trying to go around and avoiding all these problems, they come back and hit you later and maybe you never get there. Most likely you never get there. So that's just kind of what I wanted to say there. Just short little tidbit I was thinking about. Just a morning run thought. So 8 miles done. Let's go back, have breakfast. Breakfast has been destroyed. 3 eggs, egg whites, about a cup, and then blueberry bagel with butter. That has been the breakfast. But I want to just give a recap of week 3, which was last week, and now week 4. Basically, man, I've been struggling. Been struggling for sure with swimming. Everything else has been going good. The running, the biking is going good, but I just want to share, you're gonna have days where shit hits the fan. You just gotta move on to the next day and get back after it. Just try to figure out what's going on and try to just get through these swims. I should build that confidence back up by doing it. You're not gonna build confidence if you don't keep putting yourself in that uncomfortable situation. It's just gonna make you weaker, and I'm not gonna let it do that. So I'm getting back in the pool again today after I just had that mental block earlier. So it is what it is, but just wanted to share and be transparent with you guys on how kind of what the training's been looking like and how it's been going. So yeah, let's get to the swim. Swim is done. I'm pretty fired up right now. I'm so glad that went well. As I was talking about earlier, it just was falling apart. I felt a little nervous getting in the pool today. Just absolutely crushed my best swim ever. 3,000 yards, the fastest I've done it yet. Consistent pace was like 155 for a full 3,000 yards. So I can't reiterate enough. You got to fight through the lows in order to get better and to make progress. And that was just an indicator that you're going to have these little barriers and going to make you want to back down, but you got to push through. And that probably was what made me better, pushing through that hard swim last time and feeling like everything was falling apart. That's what made this swim so good. because I got better from that day. So just these lessons that you learn in training are irreplaceable. And, you can apply this to anything. You literally just stay in the fight and you're going to come out stronger after. So 57 minutes, 3,000 yards. Let's go. Just finished up an hour and 10 minutes of lifting. It's typically what a day looks like, around 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Now, I did have 3 days to go, a mini triathlon day. I did 19.8 miles in the morning, swam 1 mile, and then ran 4. So it was like a mini triathlon. I think that was still under 3 hours. But I'm stoked because I looked at my training plan and supposedly this is all base building, so it's about to get a lot crazier. So stay tuned for that. I'm glad I'm doing this base building because, it is definitely a lot to get your body used to. You can't just jump in the fire and expect your body to cool down. You got to slowly introduce it. So that's what we've been doing the past 3 weeks, and this is the last week of doing so. So dinner lately has been the same thing over and over again. What I do is I buy these salad mixes and they have tortilla chips. And it has cheese and salad dressing, but I don't use the cheese or salad dressing. I just use the tortilla chips and the salad, and I put it in a big bowl of beef and potatoes. And then I add sauerkraut and pickled onions and some teriyaki sauce. So this is dinner. I'm gonna dig in and see you guys tomorrow. Back on the horse, just another day. Good morning. We have another workout. We're gonna get on the bike for an hour and 15 minutes on the trainer. Now, I do feel like I get fitter on the trainer than if I were to ride outside because I'm not coasting, I'm not worried about cars. It's just so convenient to walk out the door and get on the trainer. So I've been riding every single ride on the trainer. I have been looking at road bikes so that way I could keep this on the trainer and then ride outside on the road on a road bike because I feel like it would be fun. But right now, workouts have just been, and all rides been on the trainer. I don't mind it, throw on a podcast or audiobook and just bang it out. But yeah, we have an hour and 15 on the bike today, and it's gonna be a threshold workout. So hitting some high power and then some periods of low power. Let's hop on this bike and log some miles. I feel like all you guys do is see me sit or train, but I do have a business. It's a coaching business, and that's what I do when I'm not training. But I am sitting right now. We just finished up a bike ride, did some work, and now it's time to lift. So today's chest day. Let's address the elephant in the room. Am I tired? The short answer is yeah, I'm pretty tired. I get tired around 2-3 o'clock. Just like anybody else, sometimes I'll take caffeine or I'll take like G1M Sport with carbs. But a lot of it's just like pushing through it. Honestly, a lot of it is the mindset. Like I always think of being tired or being hungry or being fatigued as just feelings, just like sad and happy. And you don't have to react on them. You can just push them off and go through it. You don't have to feel sorry for yourself. I like the saying, nobody really cares, because they don't. Nobody is going to save you either. So it's either you get it done or it doesn't get done. And you know what's crazy? When I moved out of my house, I'm 25. I moved out when I was around 22 after I graduated college, and then I moved to Texas. But I remember being like, oh shit, I have a lot of stuff to do around the apartment now, because I was very thankful. My mom helped me out a lot. And a few years down the road, I bought a house, and now you realize, hey, things aren't going to get done if you don't do it. So I have a lot of responsibilities outside of training that honestly, when I train when I don't want to, it makes doing like something simple like mowing the grass and fixing things around the house a lot easier. Because normally it's not like I love to do those things, but again, it's just like, hey, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. So moral of the story, I got to chill with these stories, but it is do things no matter how you feel, because it's never as bad as you make it up in your head. And at the end of the day, again, they're just feelings. I cannot go through this YouTube video and stress the most important part of Ironman training or my sub 3 hour marathon or all the things I've done without talking about fueling. And when I was talking about like being tired, when I am tired, I'll always get in some sort of fuel, and that fuel is either carbs with a little bit of protein if it's a meal, or if I already had a meal, I'll get in something light, and I'll show you those options. But that is a big reason why, I do feel tired. It's just because I don't have the fuel. It's just something that you kind of will recognize, and once you start using it, you'll never train without it. For example, before every run, I'll have a Go Gel or G1M Sport Plus. if I don't have coffee. If I do have coffee, I'll just do a scoop of G1M Sport because it doesn't have the nootropics and caffeine in it. So I always aim, if it's an hour long, I'll try to get anywhere from 40 to 60 grams of carbs prior. If it's over an hour, I'll shoot for 90 grams of carbs prior, or 60 grams of carbs prior, and then 20 to 30 during. But yeah, that's pretty much like the reason why you feel tired, is because you're not fueling enough. And it took me forever to realize that. But sometimes, again, it's not a mindset thing always. Sometimes it is, but a lot of the time it could be just like your brain not having enough fuel / carbs. And then creatine before the lift, you already know, big scoop of creatine. I'm sure I exceed 5 grams a day. I would say closer to 7 because that scoop is pretty hefty. And then 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes. Like before the bike today, I had, I think, 1,000, and then I might do a scoop before the lift. So like 1,500 milligrams of electrolytes. You're gonna want to titrate that depending on how much you sweat. But I just want to show you guys that because, you know, a lot of what I say is mindset, but then you also gotta fuel the body. Like outside of this, I also eat a ton of food, high in protein, very, very clean. But I don't strive to be like super perfect on my diet. I'll go out with my fiance, I'll eat some pizza time and time, but it's pretty rare, just because like I feel so good on eating clean whole foods. But yeah, that was just something I kind of wanted to talk about. So this is just like the Ironman prep that I do. I train for it just like I would anything else. Hunting, you know, that beef bowl that I had earlier actually was, some of it was from a cow, and then the other half of the meat was from the deer that I got last fall, the whitetail, and I got it with my bow. And the reason I like bow hunting so much is because I've been rifle hunting, and I think rifle hunting regardless is great. But bow hunting, it makes you really appreciate where you get your food, nature, and everything like that. So, and I really care about harvesting the animal in the right way. And I feel like I'm the most deadly with a bow, and the most accurate because I practice and I take my time, and it's just something I enjoy too. If you're a bow hunter, unless you get lucky, which is the 1%, it takes a lot of practice and a lot of skill. So right now we're sighting in the bow again. I do this each year just to make sure everything's dialed in. So from July to June to August, September, October, which is deer season, I'm making sure I'm practicing, just like I said, for like Ironman, same thing. I'm prepping for the mountains and the woods, so that way I can make a great harvest on a nice buck that's gonna feed my family and feed me with good nutrients, and also honor the animal instead of just buying it at a grocery store. And it just, yeah, just a different kind of mindset, I guess, from people far removed from what they eat, which there's nothing wrong with, but this is how I find peace. This is like my favorite hobby outside of training, is hunting. And I love nature, I love the outdoors, and this just brings me closer to it. So we're gonna do 20 yards, 40 yards, and then 60 yards, and shoot a bunch at each range and just sight in that bow. Make sure we're dialed in, so that way when I practice, I know my bow's on. Also, there's a lot of brands out there as far as bows go, and I just firmly believe you gotta shoot all bows to see what fits for you. I use a RVX 32 Prime. Not the most popular brand, but it felt the best in my hand. I love the way it shoots, so that's what I use. Same with like a bike or running shoes, literally. Like don't do what other people do, just do what feels good for you. The reason I say this is like therapy is because when you're out in the woods, it's quiet, it's just you and nature, and you realize that your problems aren't near as bad as what you think. It puts you in like a better perspective, and it just makes you more appreciative of the food you eat, the environment you live in, and how it all kind of comes together to make you and everything around you. So a little high, but pretty on. A lot may argue, hey, you don't need to do all that training. So part of the reason too that this is such a hobby of mine is because I love the way fitness corresponds with bow hunting. To go into the mountains, climb a tree, drag the deer out, pull a bow that has quite a bit of a hefty poundage, but is easy to pull back. It requires fitness. It really does. When you think about it, I mean, right now my arm feels like I had a shoulder workout, shoulder pump, just from slinging arrows. And the only reason I can keep pulling 70 pounds over and over and over again is because I weight train. And the only reason I can hike in with my tree stand and drag the deer is because of cardio, and both of them kind of correspond. So again, what I do as a hybrid athlete, if you want to say that, is it just complements my hobbies. So whatever your hobbies are, I mean, do whatever complements that. But yeah, fitness is super important. I'm sure you heard it before with bow hunting, but until you do it, you'll understand. Or if you do it, you do understand. All right, so we're gonna shoot probably 2 at 40 yards and then 2 at 60 yards. So right here is about 30. So we're gonna go back and see what we can hit with 4 arrows. Dropped quite a bit, but pretty close to bullseye, which is good. Normally won't shoot anything over, unless I have a shooting lane over like 40 in the woods because of it being thick. It's higher. I did aim a little high, but not bad. Go to 60 just for the shits and giggles. Okay. You know, show them how far that is. Can you see? All the way down there. Pretty dang far. That's pretty good. Practice is done. Remember, just like anything, it takes practice, consistency, and the willingness to learn. And you can master anything and try new things. Maybe try bow hunting. Maybe try Ironman training. Maybe try swimming. Run a marathon. Run a half marathon. I'm gonna wrap up the YouTube video here. A nice chill way to end, and just something that I love that I wanted to show you guys. So if you guys want to see more of this, drop some comments in the description. And this is a workout, pulling the bow back like 60 times. Thank you guys for watching. Ironman Prep episode 4 in the bag. See you guys next week.